If you haven't already, be sure to check out my review of Dragon Ball Super Episode 59. Whis, Beerus, Goku, and Supreme Kai have to protect Owasu. But from what? This episode of Dragon Ball Super has a huge spoiler in it, and that spoiler is the identity of Goku Black. Now, for those of you that haven't seen this episode yet, I recommend that you click away if you don't want to be spoiled. If you don't mind spoilers and would like to continue watching, then that's alright too. I just don't want to be the one to spoil you, so I'm putting this warning at the beginning of the video, just so no one gets all uppity about me spoiling the identity of Goku Black. So with that out of the way, we're going to dive into the episode. This review is going to be more of a discussion than it is a review, although I will be critiquing some things, because there were a lot of things that I liked and didn't like about this episode, and the biggest thing that I didn't like is probably the only thing I didn't really like in the whole episode, to be quite honest with you. The whole episode itself was pretty solid, but you know what, I'm not even going to talk about it now, let's just jump right into it. This episode picks up from where the last one ended, where Trunks is still, doubting that Beerus is right about if a god gets destroyed in one timeline, it shouldn't matter because it'll affect the other timeline as well. This causes Beerus to get really annoyed, but Trunks still decides to go to the future anyway to see if Beerus' theory is correct or not. Now, before they all leave, they end up having dinner because, hey, according to them, they need all the strength they can get. They're all at dinner, and of course, Goku declares that he's going to ride in the time machine again, too, and go with Trunks. Of course, Vegeta will as well. And Beerus is still mad that nobody believes him about his future theory, but Goku simply states that they just can't take his word for it right now because they're not entirely sure. Because Goku still wants to fight Zamasu if and when they see him in the future. Vegeta tells Goku that they're going to need a decent battle strategy because the last time went into the future, of course, they all got their asses handed to them. Especially Vegeta, man. Oh, I'm still getting my gears grind about that. Goku asks Beerus if he wants to come, but Beerus, of course, says what he said in previous episodes, that he doesn't want to go against the forbidden rules of the gods, because gods aren't supposed to time travel. There's a cute little moment where Kid Trunks basically says goodbye to future Trunks, and the way they build this up is that Trunks... This is probably going to be the last time that the gang sees Trunks again. The future Trunks, that is. So Trunks tells everybody goodbye. He even says goodbye to Beerus, and Beerus just kind of shrugs it off like Vegeta would. He's like, whatever. That's the Beerus we all know and love. Before they head to the future, Bulma states that she's going, and there's nothing they can say or do that'll talk her out of it. So it's Goku, Bulma, Vegeta, and Trunks heading to the future. I wonder where all this is going to lead to. But once they get to the future, they meet back up with the Resistance, and the Resistance reveals to Trunks that future Mai has been hurt by Black when she was trying to save some survivors. Trunks pulls out his Senzu Bean, and by the way, Bulma gave Goku the Senzu Beans this time around, so he didn't forget him like last time. So at least they're learning from their mistakes. Trunks bites onto a Senzu Bean because Mai's unconscious, and he basically feeds it to her mouth to mouth. And Goku's all confused because apparently he's never kissed anyone before, and Vegeta finds that to be, outlandish considering he's a married man. Yeah, seriously, you'd think at this point in his life he'd know what a kiss is. Mai wakes up, she's relieved to know that she's safe and in good care. Bulma says hello to her and hello to future Yajirobe. They share a little funny exchange. Bulma ends up giving the Resistance some food and water and a bunch of other supplies as well. So Bulma's doing what Vegeta did the last time they went to the future, being the hero that the survivors need. Yay, food, water, atmosphere! That was just me quoting SpongeBob. I can't believe I quoted SpongeBob. But before any celebration can begin, Goku senses that Zamasu and Black are approaching. So Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks all head towards the key that they sense, warning the others to stay underground because this could get deadly. So they end up finding Zamasu and Goku Black, and Vegeta turns Super Saiyan Blue and straight up charges Goku Black, and Goku Black goes Super Saiyan Rose, and ends up, they have a little encounter, like a little confrontation. They end up throwing fists at each other, and they block each other's attacks and such, and then they back off. And Goku Black just assumes, okay, Vegeta wants payback for when he got humiliated the last time they were in the future. But Vegeta corrects him, saying that he's not here to defeat Black for his own sake. He's here to do it for Trunks and his timeline. Goku declares that he knows how Zamasu used the Super Dragon Balls for his evil intents, and Zamasu seems to be impressed that they figured it out. However, when Goku continues and says that Zamasu used them to become immortal and create a fake Goku, Goku Black steps in and says that he's not a fake Goku. The body of Goku he sees is the real body, but was Zamasu's mind inside of it. That's where my problem comes in. For the people who have been following my reviews, you already know that I've been saying I don't think that Goku Black is Zamasu. It was too obvious. But what does Toriyama do? The complete opposite of what he usually does. Are you kidding me? I should be applauding him because, hey, he's doing something different at least. You know, something different than he would usually do. But come on, man. This was way too obvious. He could have made it a different character and I wouldn't have cared, honestly. But the fact that it's Zamasu really annoys me. And it's not because I was wrong. It's because I was expecting more. And the fact that I've been following this arc from the very beginning like everyone else. I just don't like the fact that it's Zamasu. Of all the outcomes that we could have gotten, Zamasu switching his mind with Goku's, you might as well throw in the freaking Toku Sentai song for the Ginyu Force. So as you can tell, that annoys me, and it makes me a little upset, honestly, because, like I said, to be following this arc for so long and to have a disappointing outcome to what Black's identity is, it's just really disappointing. But I'm going to continue from where I left off. After saying that Black was actually Goku, but was Zamasu's mind, he says that Zamasu's first wish with the Super Dragon Balls was to exchange bodies with Goku. This leads to Goku wondering which version of him got his body stolen because, you know, the Goku in the future timeline for Trunks was killed by a heart virus, but Black ends up saying that he killed him with his own hands. And that's how the episode ends. That's quite the ending, though, because despite being upset about it revealing that it's Zamasu, as long as it's explained well in the next episode, maybe I won't be as mad. But it's just really annoying to know that Goku Black is Zamasu. Through countless reviews saying that it wasn't going to be Zamasu and it ended up being Zamasu, I will admit it, I'll man up to it. I was wrong. Toriyama must have found my review and thought to himself, I'm going to make this guy look like a complete joke. Nah, I don't think Toriyama's like that. Toriyama doesn't even get outdoors, for crying out loud. But in all honesty, this was a pretty good episode up until that reveal, at least for me. If you thought the reveal of Goku Black being Zamasu was good, then more power to you. I'm glad you can enjoy that. I just felt it was too obvious. I really hope they do a good job at explaining how this was the case in the next episode. But in the meantime, if you want to check out this episode, at this point it's really necessary that you check this episode out because it plays into the future of Dragon Ball Super. If you don't check this out, you're going to be missing a whole lot of information in the next episodes of Dragon Ball Super. So that's the biggest reason why I'd say check it out. Otherwise, one thing to take back from this was that the little heart-to-heart that Kid Trunks and Trunks had was a really good moment. Probably one of the best moments Kid Trunks has had in Dragon Ball Super. Overall, this was a good episode. I just wasn't a fan of the reveal. Like I said, I hope they give a good explanation for it, because otherwise I'm not sold. This is Gojira 2012 saying farewell for now.